Hi guys. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. I did this last night. My spine, my book cover for my journal. But for some reason, I lost the footage, so I will finish this on another time. And I will start with it fresh. What I did is I chose to take a measurement of the chipboard, I think it was 5 by 7.5, I believe. Yes, 5 this way, white width, and 7.5 this way. Okay, that's what I chose. So you need 2 of those. And this is chipboard, I will say light to medium, I guess. So what I do is I'll measure it 5. And of course I need another one. Bear with me. Of course, you're never ready when you do a video, so I'm 30. And then you do another 5. And you can make your size any way you want. It's up to you. And I want, let me do this first. Do it 7.5. I need a 7.5 one. So of course I need to switch my cutting board. I do have a bigger one that my son got me for my birthday, but I only have a small area right now until I clean my table off. Now I need this to be 7.5. Look how I do it, guys. I do it upside down. I don't know about you guys. It's stuck. Why is it not going? Oh. I do it upside down, if you can see. For me, it's easy. So this is 7.5. Okay. That's this one. Now, that's the side. We do another one, 7.5. I don't know if you guys can see that. I apologize if you can't. See? Seven and a half. Mine is upside down because I have some issues. I do my stuff all backwards. So that's, again, 5 width, 7.5 down. So let's move this. Now you need for your spine, I'm going to use this piece. Wait a minute. Now the spine, I measured it. It was like 1.5. So what you need to do is do your 1.5. And then do it 7.5 for the height. So that's all got to be the same. Okay? So this is my spine. This is my covers. Now this part, you need to find what kind of paper you want to use for your cover. You can use what do you call it? Cardstock to cover it, and then put your decorated paper. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get black paper. I hope you guys will be able to see this. So what you need to do is have 2 sheets. This is what I do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm always thinking what to do as I'm doing my videos or doing my projects, so please bear with me. I will try to do everything you need to know. So what you need to do is take your double-sided tape, okay, and go down it to make these papers connect. Okay? So, put these over there out of the way for now. Are you guys in focus? Well, can you see? Yes. Then you make sure, as much as possible, even. Whoop. It doesn't necessarily have to be even, but the reason why you want it even as possible so you don't, you know, be crooked on top. But my taping wasn't even. So now, what else you need? Now, I just started doing this. You don't have to, and I'm not even going to do it now either. But if you use, you know these papers, the envelopes you get from the post office? If you take a piece of this and put it in the spine area, that will give you more support on the spine so it doesn't rip. But it's still good, but I'm using it for myself. I'm not selling it, and I'm using it as a gift. It's not going to be like hardware, you know, it's not going to fall apart and stuff like that, but I just thought I should tell you that. So now you need glue. Now again, this is how I do it. And this is how my mind works. Craziness, right? I don't do this as a profession. This is only my second journal. So I'm using Fabric Tac from Beacon. Is it Beacon? Yeah, Beacon. So we're gonna glue. Be generous on the glue. Just don't. You don't need to overdo it, but you just need to be generous for it to stick. Okay. Make sure it's on the edges. You can use your good size tape, but I prefer to use the glue. So now we want to make sure it's even as much as possible. Okay. Okay, that's how we do it. Now for the other piece, you do the same thing. Kind of like it to be the same color, because if you look, they're two different colors. I don't know why. You're not even going to see it, but you guys probably already know how to work this part, but I thought if I'm going to do it, I might as well just show it. I hope that I don't mess you guys up too much. Please watch the video before you do it, just in case I screw up. I don't want you to screw up, because everybody knows when you're doing a video, nothing goes right. Now, this, you have to make sure that you have a portion, I will say, I don't know, a ruler distance, if that makes any sense. Like, this can fit in it. So when you open and shut it, let me show you this one. So when you open and shut this, it won't be so harsh on that. It will bend easily. You see how I have a nice little crease in there? So that's how you do it. And make sure it's all together. I mean, pushed down. So let's go to the next one. My glue is coming out. Good thing I got the dollar store glue, because this one's almost over. So again, actually I'm going to make a holiday journal to make it like a album journal for a person I'm doing a swap with. I hope she likes it. So we'll see. I'm just trying to make sure all the glue's on it so it doesn't fall off later. Okay. Now we put it together, try to make it even as possible. Okay. Did you guys ever notice when you're doing something, you get kind of quiet? Sorry for the shadow. My room, I literally have to put my table under my lamp, but then I won't have the place to put my camera. So that's that part. See? So far we got this going, guys. Oh, I got glue on me. Now, I take the edges and just push it down to make the line, to make it even, for it to, when I, come back and glue that piece down. You guys wanted me to start from beginning, so I hope this is the beginning you're talking about. Now, if you have a cereal box or a, what do you call it, rice box or anything like that, you can use that. But my box that I had, I just felt that it was the width was too small, so I decided not to use it. So that's why I'm using the chipboard. The chipboard is about the same thickness, or maybe a little bit thicker. You can cut off this extra paper if you like, because you don't really need it, but I'm going to use it to give it more support around the edges. Now, you see how you have the corners and stuff like that. Now, I want to cut it out a little bit. Do not cut on that area right there, because you don't want to show your point. You don't want it to go through. If that makes any sense. When you're, covering it, you don't want to see that little edge. So you do this on all four corners. Some people have that little tag. Some people have that little measuring thing that you can cut it out. Well, I don't have that though. And again, guys, I apologize for my tutorial. I don't do tutorials because of this reason. I suck at it. But it's only a matter of time you get better. I know practice makes perfect. I don't know how perfect, but I'm trying. So, get rid of these out of the way. So now, you see how I have them? You want to try to make sure it's, covered. Okay? So now we use the glue to fold them in. I think I need more glue, guys. So I usually do my sides. I don't know why I'm doing this one first. I really don't know why. So let me just hurry up and put that on. And all this will be covered anyway, so it's okay to be a little messy. So, yes, glue everywhere. Now push this down. Oops. And then do this side. I'm trying to, like, honestly guys, I'm trying to rush so this video won't be too long. So if it was me doing it without videoing, I would have been taking care of this much better. So I'm just trying to give you guys the idea of how to do it for you guys to, you know, maybe I can make it a little easier for you. Okay. Put that away. Push this down. Okay. And, oops, go down. Make sure this is in and this side's in. And now you push it down. Okay. So that side's done. Now to this side. Like I said, you can cut this down because you only need, honestly, you only need like half an inch. If you want, you can make it an inch. It's whatever. Okay. Now I want to push that in a little bit so it doesn't poke out to make it look like some kind of foreign object coming out of it. So let's close that down. Trying to stay out of the view. And, oh, see? Push it down, make sure it's even. Sorry for the weird sounds. My table's hitting my file cabinet under here. Okay, so this is how it is. Oh, wait a minute. Take a bone. What do you call these things? Bone. Whatever. These things you get in your little score boards. Something bone fold or something, I don't know. Score stick, I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. Something that you can go down here and do this in the crease to make it stick in there. Don't go too hard because you don't want to bust a hole in it. So far, this is how it is. Okay? So that's the part now. Okay? So now for your cover, like if you want to cover this, I'm not going to cover it because that's up to you in any way you want. Now just remember, if you want to cover it with what do you call this again? If you want to cover it with your cardstock first, then you do exactly what I did. If you want to cover it with a pattern paper, then you will do that with the pattern paper and then do the same thing inside. So I'm going to put that to the side and show you what I did, you know, what I did yesterday. Now, if you want to do like I did and you want to put your paper on it now, make sure you cut a 1/4 inch shorter than your cover, so you'll have the border, if that makes any sense to you guys. Because this is 5 inches by 7.5, and my decorated paper, I measured it as, you see how that's 5? It came out to be 4 3/4. And this is 7 1/2. And this is now measured, well, actually, this one is 7 1/2. It was supposed to be 8 inches. But I don't know how I messed that up. But you got the gist of it. Make sure it's 1/4 smaller on one side, or when you cut it, make sure it's 1/4 smaller than what your cover is. And the same thing with your spine. So it's if you want the border, you know, like the edging like this. If you don't want that, you can just put it all, your paper all over it, and it doesn't matter if you have or don't have it. Now, here, I just had it like this, and I put Mod Podge, and then, you know, I put it all over it, and then I put tissue paper on it, and I let it dry overnight. So now I just want to cut this all off and continue. Just want to cut all that off, and then I'll continue on this one because this is the one I wanted to work on. Okay, so that's what you do. You don't have to do this way, but the thing is that I decided after the fact to do this. You can do, what do you call it? You can use a, what is the little blades called? Carpenter knives? Or the little blades that we use in our craft rooms. Guys, I'm illiterate when it comes to the crafting word terms for these things. Oops. So you guys got the gist of what to do so far, I hope. So I'm just trying to get that all off before I go to the next step. And people were asking me, what kind of, do you have to use the thread that I use? Honestly, you don't have to. You can use whatever one suits you. Whatever suits you, you can use. Okay? Now, and what I meant by a template, it's just something I used to make sure my holes are always the same. It doesn't matter how you do your holes, but I'll show you that and explain more when I get to that point. Because right now, it's just the cover I want to do. Right now. Well, I'm trying to anyway. So, okay, so far, this is the cover, the inside, and this is the outside. I will get this better. I'm hoping to. Because I want to show you the next step. I hope you guys are still with me. Now I want to show you something. Okay, you see how, if you can tell, you see how glossy that is? Okay. This is the one I showed you guys how I did the spine. It's all good. And you guys remember when I left that piece out? I just tied it. And that's it. And then on the back, what I used on this, I used glossy Mod Podge? Is that what you call it? Mod Podge? I used glossy. I did the outside and I did the inside, and it's nice and soft. It's flexible. So that's what I'm going to do to this one. If you guys don't want to do that, you can just leave it just like that. But I want to use it. So what I do is get my brush. Ouch. Okay, so hold on just a sec so I can get this stuff. Okay, so now all you got to do is take Mod Podge Glossy. And okay, you can be generous. Oh, I did forget that if you see how I have the darkness around the edges, what I used is Tim Holtz Distress ink, and this is called Vintage Photo, and I just took it and buffed the sides. That's all I did, and then I went inside there and did it all over on the sides and in the inside. That's all you got to do. So now what you do is just cover it. That's all you do. Okay. Make sure you get the edges. Okay. Make sure you get in the creases. Now this is up to you if you want to do this. I kind of like the glossiness of it. Oops, that's way too much. But I'm going to make it work. So, now this has to dry. Okay, you have to let this dry. So you could do the inside if you want to do the inside. Now, by the way, if you want to use tissue paper, you do the same way and you just put the tissue paper on top. You don't have to use the glossy one. You can use the matted one for the tissue paper. So, okay, guys, I'm going to pause you until I dry it and then do the other side. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back from drying it. It's not totally dried. I just wanted to show you. You see how it has a glare on it? There you go. See? That's how it's going to look. So, whoop, I don't want to touch it too much because I don't want to leave fingerprints. But that's how it's going to be so far, guys. So, I want to stop the video right now because I know it's going to die. Well, not die, end, because I only have 30 minutes. So, I will come back. I will do let this completely dry, do the other side, and then come back so we can do the papers. So, look for part 2. Thank you. Bye.